You've probably been told many times that it's important to stay active as you get older. The idea is everywhere. Doctors say it, articles repeat it, and friends bring it up in conversation. But here's the problem. Nobody really tells you how to stay active when your body doesn't feel the same anymore. It's one thing to be active in your 30s or 40s. It's a whole different experience in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. At this stage of life, you may have more aches, less energy, different mobility, or a medical condition to manage. You might notice that your balance feels off, or that climbing stairs isn't as easy as it used to be. Maybe you're dealing with arthritis or taking medications that affect your stamina. So when someone casually says, "Just stay active," it can sound more like a challenge than advice. That's why this conversation matters. We're not going to talk about unrealistic routines or try to convince you to join a high-intensity gym. Instead, we're going to talk about movement in a way that makes sense for where you are right now. This is about practical, sustainable, and enjoyable ways to stay active in your everyday life. Because movement isn't just about looking good or losing weight, it's about living better. As we age, our bodies naturally change. That's just a fact of life. You might not recover as quickly as you once did. Your joints might feel stiffer, your muscles may not be as strong, and your endurance could be lower. But none of that means you should give up on movement. In fact, this is the time when movement becomes more important than ever. Staying active can help you maintain independence, improve your balance, reduce the risk of falls, manage chronic conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure, boost your mood, and even sharpen your memory. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that slowing down is just what happens when you age, but that mindset can lead to a downward spiral. The less you move, the harder it becomes to move. Muscles weaken, joints get tighter, and confidence fades. On the flip side, even gentle, regular activity can break that cycle and create momentum in the other direction. The goal isn't to turn back the clock, it's to keep the clock ticking with as much quality, energy, and freedom as possible. So what does staying active actually look like when you're older? It starts with letting go of old definitions of exercise. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to be healthy. Movement can be simple and still be powerful. A walk through the park, dancing to your favorite music in the living room, stretching your arms overhead while watching TV, all of it counts. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency and finding what feels good for your body. One of the smartest ways to start or restart an active routine is to begin small. If you haven't been very active lately, try just 5 minutes a day. That could mean walking to the mailbox, stretching in your chair, or standing up and sitting down slowly a few times. Over time, those 5 minutes can turn into 10, then 20. The key is not to do everything at once, but to build gradually. That's how habits form. That's how confidence grows. And that's how your body adapts without getting overwhelmed. There are 4 main areas to focus on when staying active later in life: balance, strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. You don't have to do all of them every day, but it helps to mix them into your week. For balance, try simple exercises like standing on one foot while brushing your teeth or walking heel to toe in a straight line. For strength, bodyweight moves like wall push-ups, squats to a chair, or using resistance bands can help. For flexibility, stretch slowly and gently. Arms, legs, neck, back. Just a few minutes makes a big difference. And for cardiovascular health, walking, swimming, dancing, or even cycling on a stationary bike can keep your heart and lungs strong. Now, one of the biggest lessons in staying active as we age is learning to listen to your body. In your younger years, you might have been told to push through the discomfort. But now, it's about knowing the difference between healthy effort and harmful pain. Some muscle soreness is normal, especially when trying something new. But sharp pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, those are signs to stop and check in. And remember, rest is part of the process too. Recovery is when your body grows stronger. Another important factor is confidence. As we get older, fear of falling or getting hurt can make us hesitant to move. That's completely understandable. But the ironic truth is that the less we move, the more likely we are to lose balance and coordination. That's why practicing movement regularly, even in small doses, helps reduce fear and build trust in your own body again. The more you move, the more capable you feel. And movement doesn't have to be a solo activity. If you're someone who enjoys social interaction, join a walking group, a local senior fitness class, or even an online program for older adults. Moving with others adds motivation, accountability, and joy. And if you prefer quiet, solitary routines, that's great too. What matters is that it works for you. There's no right or wrong way, as long as you keep going. Another tip is to anchor movement to something you already do. Maybe you stretch after brushing your teeth, do leg lifts during commercials, walk around the kitchen while your coffee brews. These little habits build up over time and become part of your rhythm. You don't need a gym or fancy equipment. What you need is a routine that fits naturally into your day. Before starting anything new, though, it's wise to talk with your doctor, especially if you have existing health concerns. Ask what movements are safe for you. See if there are specific recommendations based on any medications you're on. Bring your goals into that conversation. Most healthcare providers are thrilled when patients want to take charge of their activity levels, and they'll help guide you in the right direction. As you build your movement routine, keep track of progress in a way that feels rewarding. Maybe you jot down how many minutes you walked, or how far you went. Maybe you check off each day you moved on a calendar. Celebrate every little milestone. Did you get up and down from your chair more easily? Did you sleep better after walking? Those wins matter. They add up. And they're proof that your effort is paying off. There will be days when you don't feel like moving. That's human. Instead of seeing that as failure, just think of it as a pause. Rest when you need to, then start again. Don't chase perfection. Chase progress. The goal is to feel better, move better, and live better, not to compete with your past self or anyone else. It can help to keep inspiration around you. That could mean a photo of your grandkids, a quote you love, or a reminder on your fridge that says, "Just 5 minutes today." Watch videos of older adults dancing, doing yoga, hiking, or lifting weights. Let that show you what's possible. Not because you have to do the same, but because seeing others move reminds you that this stage of life is full of potential. And always remember, it's never too late to start. There's no age limit on moving your body. There's no expiration date on feeling good. Every time you choose to stretch, walk, lift, or breathe deeply, you're saying yes to life. Yes to vitality. Yes to staying engaged with the world around you. So the next time someone says, "Stay active," you'll know exactly what that means. It's not a vague suggestion. It's a daily choice to do what you can, with what you have, in a way that makes sense for you. Maybe it's taking a walk or stretching after a nap. Maybe it's lifting light weights or dancing in the kitchen. Maybe it's choosing movement over stillness, even if just for a few moments. Your body has carried you through so much. It deserves care, attention, and movement, not punishment or pressure. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start, today, with one step, one stretch, one breath. Because movement isn't about trying to be young again, it's about staying vibrant. It's about choosing life every day in every little way you can. And you can.